And I want to show you something, because this is one thing you'll get one day too. We grew our YouTube channel so much that Google sent us this. I don't know if you could see this.
Wow, no. 1 million subscribers. Wow, man. We are pleased to have with us a very special guest today. He's been a personal friend of mine for many years. Rich Raddon is an American entrepreneur and a film producer who co-founded Zefr, a company that provides technology solutions for content owners and brands on YouTube. He sold his first venture, Movieclips, to Fandango, and has produced several short films and movies. Raddon also served as the director of Los Angeles Film Festival, but he resigned from the position in 2008. Before co-founding Zefr and Movieclips, Rich Raddon began his career as an assistant to the late writer, director, and producer John Hughes in Chicago. Today, I have the honor to introduce him. With you, Mr. Rich Raddon. Estamos acá finalmente con Rich. La verdad que una alegría absolutamente inmensa de poder estar con él. Y vamos a hacer esta entrevista en inglés, en español. Esta parte que estoy hablando la voy a poner con los subtítulos para que la gente me entienda en inglés. Pero la entrevista la vamos a hacer en inglés mayormente para que pueda llegar al público de allá, de los Estados Unidos. ¿La verdad, Rich?
Bueno, gracias.
Así que bueno, la verdad que bueno, bienvenido Rich Raddon. Yo previo voy a poner un poquito de quién es este señor que está frente a mí y está gracias a la combinación de un montón de cosas que han pasado en la vida en nuestro pequeño canal de YouTube. Y Rich, es un placer tenerte con nosotros y esperamos que disfrutes de tu tiempo con nuestra comunidad y que puedas compartir tus conocimientos y experiencias con nosotros. Y bueno, gracias por unirte a nuestra plataforma y esperamos poder colaborar contigo capaz en el futuro, quién sabe.
Sí, pero gracias por tenerme aquí, y a mí me gusta su canal mucho. Las entrevistas que han hecho ya, yo he visto las entrevistas. Creo que entiendo casi todo lo que están platicando y charlando, pero todavía me encantan las entrevistas que han hecho ya.
Muchas gracias, Rich. Es un honor que alguien como vos me diga algo así. Para mí, sinceramente. Y bueno, vamos a pasar un poco a la parte del inglés y vamos a decir welcome Rich Raddon to our channel. And it's a pleasure to have you here with us, and we hope you enjoyed your time with our community and that you can share your knowledge and experience with all of us. Thanks for joining our platform, and we look forward to collaborating with you in the future, like I already say in Spanish. Okay. First,
wow, your English is much better than my Spanish.
All right, but
your English is much better.
You make me feel ashamed, man. Come on. Bueno, ¿cómo describirías tu experiencia trabajando con alguno de los actores y cineastas más icónicos de Hollywood? Y vamos a decirlo en inglés ahora. How will you describe your experience working with some of the most iconic actors and filmmakers in Hollywood? Acá estamos con Rich, que no te puede ver, pero si querés lo podés saludar acá, mirá. Acá está Rich.
Hola. Un gusto.
El gusto es mío.
Bueno, yo quiero conocerle porque Rodolfo es un buen hombre y él, le ama a usted, entonces usted, me imagino, es una persona muy buena.
Es verdad, es cierto.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Sí.
Ahí está.
Bueno, voy a preparar para la primera.
Dale, let's.
Voy a salir para allá. Si no te...
How will you describe your experience working with some of the most iconic actors and filmmakers in Hollywood?
Yeah, so I was the director of the Los Angeles Film Festival for almost 10 years, and during that time I was able to, really it was a pleasure to interact and show movies to the Los Angeles community, and they were new movies, upcoming movies, and so I was able to meet a lot of film directors and a lot of actors as well, and I've just always loved creators, people that create things, and film directors are very creative people. I had a really enjoyable time doing it. There's wonderful people that make movies. They're dreamers, so and I've always liked people that dream and think big. And then meeting actors is wonderful as well. I think it's very, very difficult to become a successful actor in Hollywood. So it's always wonderful when you meet the actors, and they're also good people, and they've kind of even though they're famous, they become famous, they're also just really genuine and good people. And so during my time it was just a pleasure to meet them and interact with them and show their movies.
Wow, man. This is like, I mean, out of what I have planned schedule, you know, but when I see those pictures, Sergio, you know, my brother Sergio, my little brother, when now he's got 40 years old, you know, my little brother told me, you see with who is Rich in the pictures, you know, what are you talking about? Because it's like I wasn't following that, you know. So he says, but you have to check this out. So he sent me some of the pictures that you sent me, you know. That I already sent them, see them before, you know. So I was like, wow. I mean, Rich, he's wow, like kind of the best there is. Because if you are in that position, it's because if they wanted to be with you, like I see, you know, shaking hands and being with you in the pictures and all that. It means that you represent something to them, you know, and which to me, I know it's not good to say that I'm proud of it, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of being your friend.
Thank you.
Sincerely.
Thank you.
Sincerely. This is out of this the schedule, you know. This is something
right.
I have to say.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, the Los Angeles Film Festival was one of the largest film festivals in the United States. It was probably one of in top 10 of the largest film festivals.
So how did you get this idea? How do you get this idea?
Well, so prior to being asked to run the film festival, I was making independent films. So I made a few independent films. I had made a film that had gone to Sundance called The Slipping Down Life with Guy Pearce and Lily Taylor, and I produced it and I worked on it. And so after I did that, I had a very good experience at the Sundance Film Festival. And when we played the movie at the LA Film Festival, the director of the LA Film Festival at that time asked me if I wanted to take his place running the film festival. Yeah.
He was moved for your work, right?
Yeah.
He was moved.
Yeah, I mean, running a film festival is a lot of hard work. You have to get sponsors and raise the money and secure the theaters, and then you have to market to the general public, and so it's a lot of work. But I really enjoyed doing it. I worked with great people. The staff of the LA Film Festival was fantastic. When I first started, it was not put on by Film Independent, a larger film organization, but then we joined that larger film organization, and that was just a great honor, and it was just it was really wonderful.
You worked for some years there, right? So how many years you worked?
For almost 9 or 10 years. But then at the end, I was one of our sponsors at the LA Film Festival was Netflix.
Netflix,
and
wow.
I was so engaged. I just thought Netflix was such a great idea, and it started me thinking, about ideas that I could maybe start that were based on the internet, having to do with movies. And that's when I came up with the idea of Movieclips, which I was working at the LA Film Festival, and I had this idea, hey, you can't really find just the scenes of the movies. I wonder if I started a company where we licensed scenes of movies from the studios, if we could make that into a business. So I left the LA Film Festival eventually because I had the idea for Movieclips and I wanted to start that business.
So some of those clips that you've done, right? You have some of those that you says, well, this is the one that I like more.
Good question. I always liked Jerry Maguire, the movie Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were many clips. I like movies. I like a lot of movies.
Yeah, so do I.
But in
you
Jerry,
can tell, right?
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell by your videos. In Jerry Maguire, there's just that scene, "Show me the money."
Jerry? Yeah, what can I do for you?
Show me the money.
That was one of the scenes that I really, really liked. But there were many. And ultimately, we first had movieclips.com. It was just a web page.
Yeah.
But eventually, we started putting the clips on YouTube. And I want to show you something, because this is one thing you'll get one day too. We grew our YouTube channel so much that Google sent us this. I don't know if you could see this.
Wow! No. 1 million subscribers. Wow, man. You have to share some of this. You have to share a little part of this video on your channel, man. Please.
Well,
will you?
We sold. So today I don't actually control Movieclips. I will tweet about this, but we sold Movieclips then to Fandango, which was a ticketing site.
All right.
So we grew it, and then Fandango, a movie ticketing company, came and said, we'd like to buy the company, and so we sold it to them.
So they have the control now. All right.
They have the control.
So but maybe I'm gonna say to Fandango guys, hey, I'm rich friends. Can you give me a little favor? Say something about me.
Are you doing? Do you have 1,000 subscribers? You're at 1,000.
Not yet.
Right now.
I'm 11.
We'll get you there.
11 subscribers short. 11.
We'll get you there after this video. After this interview, we'll get you to 1,000 subscribers.
All right. I hope so. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
And that's the beauty of YouTube, is that the more content you upload to YouTube, once you get into the creator partner program, you can start making money from the videos that you upload to YouTube, which is really a wonderful thing that Google has done.
I have to confess something.
Are you already?
I have an active fault running, and it finished in March 27th, I think, because you remember when Argentina wins the championship?
Sure.
Well, it was a naked woman, walking, and then I tried to put, I swear I tried to put some, like those little tags and things to cover it. I didn't cover it for 1 second. And that second was enough.
So they gave you receive a strike? Did you receive a strike on your channel?
The first strike. Yeah, so I learned.
It's okay.
I got it.
Don't do it again.
No.
Yeah.
I got it. But I mean, it's like I'm kind of surprised, because I see things that are really, the content is not that good and nothing happened. But you put something that it was kind of funny, because, I'm trying to cover it. The intention was there. So I send them a text like, I didn't try to do it on purpose. Probably it passes because I'm new on the video edition, and no, I was frightened. But anyway, it was good because it helped me to learn how to do it. So I'm not complaining. I'm just confessing. So the people that is watching knows.
Yeah. So today's what Zefr does, the company I have now, is we help brands place advertising on YouTube in safe and suitable environments. So there are people, we do it on TikTok and we do it with Facebook, but there are people that start channels on YouTube and don't care about monetizing. They don't care about being good actors. And so they'll every once in a while upload content that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
And the difference is if you're a creator and you want to make money from your YouTube channel, you won't do that. You'll read the rules that
try to follow the rules as most as you can on your knowledge, because you can do something out of the rules but you didn't mean it. And this is part of the process of learning how to do it, right?
That's right. And you can really get a large following and a large audience on YouTube. It's amazing. You know, like I subscribed to your channel and started watching the interviews because I find cycling interesting, and you did a lot of interviews around cycling.
Oh, I got something prepared, and it's coming. You won't believe this. This is kind of a spoiler, you know, for the people. You know, it's Vuelta Ciclista del Uruguay 1993, you know?
Wow.
So the winner of that stage race that is being in Uruguay since 1938. It's the oldest in the continent, you know? It's close to the Tour of France, you know? Vuelta Ciclista del Uruguay.
Wow.
So the winner, which was Jose Asconegui, is a friend of mine. So he sent me the audios of what happened in this race when they take like about 7 minutes and they win the race in this stage, you know?
Wow.
And the one that was the winner of the stage, I mean, because he didn't win the stage, but he was a good time trialist, and because of that, he was going to win at the end, you know? But the spoiler is right there, but the winner was Jose Cabeza Maneiro, because he was a sprinter and he was with them in the breakaway, you know.
Where does that Vuelta take place in Uruguay? Montevideo?
All the country. All the country. All over the country. That's why it's called La Vuelta Ciclista del Uruguay. It takes like probably the 19 departments of Uruguay, los 19 departamentos, probably.
Wow.
You know, and it's a long race of 150 kilometers. They make like over 40 kilometers an hour average speed, and you know, this is a very professional. It's not really professional. It's considered amateur, but they were our idols back then in Uruguay, you know. So
por supuesto, claro.
All those idols like Jose Cabeza Maneiro, Juan Carlos Seijo, Alejandro Beldorati, I don't know, send me something. Even the winner from Brazil, Hernandez Quadri, he sent me an audio and tell me what happened this day when he lost the yellow jersey. He was the yellow jersey back in that time. I mean, this is going to be like one of the best videos in something that I dream, you know.
Perfecto.
And I'm working on it. Probably next week it's going to be coming out. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch for it.
Yes.
I'll be watching. Awesome.
You know, this is like my idea. I mean, enjoying what I'm doing, not being pushed of doing something over and over and over again. You know, it's just like that's my point.
Yeah.
Probably I'm wrong.
No, but people subscribe to your canal because they know we want to watch what Rodolfo likes.
Or
like what he likes.
Something like that. Yeah. I already put this in the description of the channel. If you go to the description, you read it, said, well, it could be anything, you know? Wait for the surprise. Okay, let's go for the important, that is you, and I'm talking about me, which is not that cool. I mean, the cool thing is talking about you. Well,
Yeah.
So, did you start with the film industry, and what was your first project?
Yes. So when I was in college, I really liked movies and I wanted to work in the movie industry, but I didn't know anything about it. So I sent cold, just randomly, I sent my resumes to a bunch of people in LA, but I also sent my resume to someone in Chicago where I grew up.
Yeah.
And he was a filmmaker. His name was John Hughes. And John Hughes made films such as Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, very famous film director who'd made movies in the 1980s and 90s that were very popular. And he saw my resume and he realized that I put my home address. I grew up 2 blocks away from where he grew up in Northbrook, Illinois. And so he called me in and I interviewed for an assistant job. He had 5 or 6 assistants. So, and at the time, he offered me the job and I went to work for him as an assistant. And at the time, he was finishing up a movie called Curly Sue, and he was about to shoot Home Alone 2 with Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, this is in the 90s. 1990s.
So he was the director of the Home Alone. Wow.
He was director of Home Alone. Yeah, he was a writer. Well, he didn't direct the first Home Alone movie. That was Chris Columbus, but he was the writer, John Hughes. And he didn't even direct the second Home Alone movie. I think he brought Chris Columbus back for that. But he was the writer and creator of the Home Alone movies.
Yeah, the whole ideas of what the little kid was doing into the house.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing.
So I went to work for him, and I really got the bug about, I really enjoyed, working with people that were making movies. And so after I did that, I worked for him for a few years. Then I came out and I volunteered at the Sundance Film Festival, and that was in 1994 or 93. And the Sundance Film Festival took place in Park City, Utah, a very small little community. And it was very strange to see people like, there was this guy, Quentin Tarantino, who had Reservoir Dogs at the Sundance Film Festival, just walking down the street. So it was kind of fun and fascinating to be there with all these unique filmmakers making these little independent films.
Wow.
Most of them became huge directors. I'm just thinking the director who just made Pinocchio. He had his first film at Sundance, and I remember meeting him.
Wow.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro,
Mexican director. Yeah. And he was there with his very first film. And so that got me excited about making independent films. And so that's when I started working in independent films. I eventually made my first movie, A Slipping Down Life. And that led to actually running the LA Film Festival. And then the LA Film Festival led to me starting Movieclips.
Yeah.
And after Movieclips sold, I started another business, and then today we have Zefr.
And what led you to co-found Zefr, and what technological solutions does the company offer?
Yeah, so what led us to found Zefr, or to start Zefr, is that we saw that advertising was a big part of YouTube, of TikTok, of Facebook, and we also saw that advertisers needed assurances that when they placed their advertising on these platforms, it was around brand safe and suitable videos.
Yeah.
So we developed a technology, it's an artificial intelligence, AI, to be able to understand video and news feed environments. And so we help brands when they want to measure how safe their advertisements were in these walled gardens. We call them walled gardens, but basically on these platforms, we help them. We measure how safe they were. We also help them target being around safe and suitable content on these platforms, specifically on YouTube. And I like it because advertising is what pays people to make content, and I enjoy content, and without advertising, then you don't get free content to view. So we enjoy what we do. The company is quite large. We're a couple hundred people. We've been profitable for 5 years. We're funded. The company's funded by venture capitalists in Silicon Valley, and it's an exciting company. And we do those 3 platforms right now, but there'll be additional platforms. We're very interested in Twitch as a new platform to help advertisers on that platform. So it's an exciting company. Maybe not as exciting when I tell people about it as when I worked at the LA Film Festival, because everybody goes, oh, you got to meet stars and celebrities. But I live in Los Angeles. If I go to the grocery store, I might see Owen Wilson in the grocery store. So it's a different, here in Los Angeles.
You know, I was
becomes
just
very
about
normal.
to ask you this, but I was thinking probably this is so Uruguayo to ask him, you know, so Argentino probably. So which of those famous neighbors you have close to you, because you live in Beverly Hills, right?
I live in
Santa Monica.
Pacific Palisades, but I do live in. I actually, one of the celebrities that just passed away used to live down the street from me, Ray Liotta, who just passed away.
Oh, Ray Liotta, yeah.
My brother lives here in Los Angeles as well, and he's
famous too.
Next door.
Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a famous. DJ.
Yeah.
I think one of his neighbors in his area is Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
I see Adam Sandler around in our little community, and we see, but it becomes normal. There's
it's
people,
just like
right?
part of the hey,
family.
Adam, how you doing? Eh? What's up?
Well, where is Messi? Do you live near Messi at all?
No, Messi, no, he's not even in Argentina. He lives in Paris.
Oh.
He's in the Paris Saint-Germain or something. You know, I don't know nothing about soccer. I know they win because I was happy too, you know, that the Argentinian win.
By the way, congratulations, Argentina. That was
congratulations. Vamos arriba, Argentina. Eh?
Arriba, está.
So but anyway, no famous guys are all over here, you know. It's just, how do you believe technology has changed the way brands and content owners interact with the audiences in YouTube? How do you think the technology changed?
Well, obviously technology has changed everything. We now can watch video, our phone, we can watch things, we can check our email, we can do all sorts of things. I also believe that with the evolution of AI, lots of things that used to take us time will be able to automate through technology. So advertising is great because it plays a part in it, because advertising subsidizes a lot of technology costs and makes things free for the consumer. So it's a very healthy ecosystem when there are costs associated with technology that consumers want to use, right? I mean, it's wonderful that you don't have to pay a fee to watch YouTube on your phone. You know, you have to pay the wireless carrier fee, But if you're on the internet, you don't have to pay that fee, you know, on your public internet.
Yeah, that changed it all. Like before, you want to make a phone call, you have to pay a fortune. Like, well, I'm gonna have to call to the United States. Wow. Whoop.
Yeah, and by the way you and I reconnected was through Facebook.
Yes.
We never would have reconnected if it wasn't for Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I served my mission in Uruguay 35 years ago, and we hadn't seen each other in person for years and years and years. So
yeah, when you visited me in the 2005 or something in Montevideo,
was
you
that
remember?
2005?
When you bring me, no, 2006 I think, because you bring me the jersey of Lance Armstrong. You remember? The yellow jersey and the one of the Discovery Channel and the suit and everything. Wow, I was so proud of riding this in Uruguay. Yeah. I feel Lance myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but it's like this, and you know something? You were the first guy that I saw having a YouTube video live.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember when YouTube rolled out live video.
Yes.
I was in my office.
Now everybody
with a couple other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we started it right there and said, okay, we're testing this, but that's the wonderful part about technology.
Yeah.
You did? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I say, hey, Rich, hey, how you doing? Now it's something normal. But back then, it was such a new thing, you know. Like, so cool. Well, and I was trying to do it in Spanish, but I can't, because if I have to think in Spanish and then we go back to English, it's so hard. So, people, I'm sorry, I'm in English. What are some of the biggest changes you have faced in your career as an entrepreneur, and how have you overcome them?
Well, as an entrepreneur, it's always scary because you have to build the business from scratch, from zero. And there are always challenges. I don't know if you heard, but this last week, a very large bank here in the US failed, Silicon Valley Bank. And that was our bank. And so that was,
I heard that.
Yeah. The US government stepped in, so everything's going to be fine with all the technology companies. But every day when you're running a company, there's something that's trying to beat you down, and you have to, as an entrepreneur, you always have to fight, hire great people, work hard. It's a constant.
It's like never giving up. It's something like
never
going
giving
and
up.
going.
That's exactly. Going and going. By the way, like an athlete, like a cyclist, they can never give up. They got to punch through, right? It's the same with being an entrepreneur. You have to fight against all the odds.
Entrepreneur is a word that I have to learn with you.
Entrepreneur means
that.
Persona que empieza.
Yeah, un emprendedor. That's the word in Spanish.
Sí, emprendedor. Ahí está.
Sí. I'm improving my vocabulary, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. What advice will you give to young entrepreneurs looking to enter the film of technology industry? What will you advise them?
They should. It's a good question. It's hard, so they have to be very driven, and they should become very educated on how you build a company, reading books and whatnot, but also raising money from venture capitalists or angel investors is something that every entrepreneur needs to learn. And there's many books out there. You can hear other entrepreneurs talk about it, but that's something that's important. Being able to raise capital, being able to have a unique idea that can grow and scale and be turn into a big company. So really, it's something you almost have to experience. Many entrepreneurs fail, most fail, but you can't succeed if you don't try. And so if you have a burning desire to start a company, and you have the ability, you've saved some money. I had saved a bit of money when we started with Movieclips to be able to start and pay myself until we actually got it going. But that's the important point, is you have to prepare yourself for difficult times and to build something from nothing.
Which book will you recommend to some of those young guys that want to start in this? Do you have some favorite one?
Yeah, I have a couple. I'm trying to look over. Crossing the Chasm is a product book that I like a lot. Yeah. There's a Peter Thiel book called, I think it's called, or maybe it's Berkowitz, it's called 0 to 1, that I also like. Anything written by the PayPal Mafia, the entrepreneurs that came out of PayPal. I don't think Elon Musk has ever written a book. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but there are some really interesting books out there. Anybody that comes, Reid Hoffman has written a few interesting books about starting a business. Just reading TechCrunch, the blog, I think is really important, because that's a blog about how to start a technology it covers the technology space. So reading blogs is important too, just to become educated.
What is your all-time favorite movie and why?
Well, that's a great question. I have a lot of favorites, but one that is very close to me is a movie called Breakfast Club, because it was filmed at my high school. I worked for the film writer and director John Hughes, and it came out, it's about high school kids, and it came out when I was my last year of high school. So in many ways that's very close to me, because I see a lot of similarities in that movie. But I also love Star Wars. I love big popular movies. I loved this year Tom Cruise's movie
Maverick. This is his Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Cool.
Great.
What do we have here? Here I thought we were stuck with.
Hang on. What kind of mission is this?
I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
What the hell? Good morning, aviator.
Great movie this year. So I like lots of movies, but those are a few that I could pick out.
Yeah, I already was flying one of those airplanes. You see that?
I saw that. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm start with my special effects. Is there any upcoming project you're working on and you can talk about?
Doing some fun stuff with advertisers on Facebook with Meta, which I'm really excited about, but that's been publicly announced. And I'm just excited about everything we're doing to help advertisers stay away from misinformation, which is a big problem with the elections coming up, the US elections in 2 years. From a personal standpoint, I'm just excited. My kids are getting older. They're going to go off to college. I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to a new crop of movies this summer that is going to be in theaters. I think there's going to be some great ones that come up, and I'm excited for that as well. And I'm excited to watch your channel. Keep on watching your channel, Rodolfo.
And please ask the people to subscribe to the channel. Will you?
Yes, I will. I'll ask people to subscribe, and maybe I can get my brother. So we didn't mention this. My brother is a famous DJ. He has played in Brazil, but never down. I don't think he's ever played he's played in Argentina, I believe, but his name is Kascade. Maybe he can tweet out about your channel, but he's a great brother. He lives in Los Angeles, plays all over the world. It's good that he lives here because our families can get together and have family dinners together, which is really great. Anyway, I appreciate you having me on your channel, Rodolfo, and keep up the great work. I will say this, it's been wild to see your brother. Can you imagine if all of a sudden Sergio, your brother, became world famous?
Yes.
I mean, he would still be Sergio, but it's just a little strange.
Now he's the famous guy. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. I really appreciate that you take the time to speak with me. And you did something very special for me back then in 1986, which changed the course of my life. I assure you, this is what really happened. And I have to thank you for the rest of my life for you to do this and even more, you know.
Rodolfo, I love you. You're a great friend. I can't wait till I'm going to come down there in Argentina. And I don't know when, but when I do, we'll see each other and embrace again.
Yes. We eat some asado or something like that.
Yeah.
I got a friend here named, he's the engineer of the company that I run, the ARW18, for the flat tires. For the flat tires.
To plug the holes in the tires, flat tires.
Yes. Well, and the engineer, he's a master of the asados. He's a master. He really know how to do it. Jorge Rodriguez is his name. I say, Master Jorge, make an asado for Rich and his wife and for us. In my birthdays or things like this, we get together, we join and make an asado with him.
He's a grill master. He's a grill channel so much that Google sent us this. I don't know if you could see this.
Wow! No, 1 million subscribers. Wow, man! Well, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this interview with Rich Raddon. We thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you find it interesting and informative. If you like, we kindly ask you to share it with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this. And last but not least, leave your valuable comments below this video. We look forward to seeing you on our next video. See you soon.